היום 14 יום שהם שני שבועות לעומר. Today is 14 days, which is 2 weeks of the Omer. Malchut, shbGevurah. Bring to your heart 3 contemplations between man and God. Bring to your heart in order to overcome and to subdue your yetzer. יש לנהוג בשבGevurah כמלך בשלטון גמור על יצרו. You have to act with full strength as a king with rule and sovereignty, complete sovereignty over your yetzer. עד שיתהו להיות נכנע תחתיו כעבד תחת ריבונו, until you merit to subdue it underneath your rule, like a slave underneath his master. וזאת ישיג בגבורה תקיפה. Do this with immense strength. ללא ויתור ופשרה כלל, without any settlements, without settling for less, only for completely conquering it. נמצא משיג את מידת הגבורה, you will be getting גבורה by way of which is the overcoming and the strengthening, by way of Malchut, which is the rule and the strength, complete dominion and sovereignty. Second contemplation, bring to your heart, in order for you to merit to overcome your yetzer, you have to increase your tefillah, which tefillah is rooted in Malchut. You have to pray a lot about it, a lot to Hashem to overcome the things that you need to overcome. Like they said in the Gemara in Masechet Sukkah, if it wasn't for Hashem helping you, you could never overcome the Yetzirah. So you're reaching Midat HaGevurah, which is the overcoming the Yetzirah, by way of Malchut, which is the Tefillah. Third contemplation, specifically when you come to pray, be more precise before Hashem, that you'll merit to come to the Madrigah, to the level of Yirei Chet. It's a person that fears sin. שממנה יבוא ובא ימצא השורש לסייע בהתגברותו על יצרו. There's the root for the help that you need to overcome your יצר הרע. שהרי היראה בורח הוא ממאה שערים של ההתר. The יראה, the awe that you need, it comes from one of the 100 measures of permissible things. Right? Basically, you have to run away from 100 gates. You have to be scared to run from 100 gates of heter, so that you shouldn't go into one gate of a safek isur, one gate of a doubt of a isur. This is right, very, very close to not being tripped up at all by the seduction of the Yetzirah. Moshe Rabbeinu already warned us and told us, what is Hashem, what is Hashem asking from you? Just to have ira, just to have awe of Hashem. Avraham Avinu had a fear of the suspicion of the lack of ira, ad kedei chashash mita, right? Even feared for his life. שכן אמר רק אין יראת אלוקים במקום הזה והרגוני. Right? Avraham Avinu said famously in Bereshit that if there's no yirat shamayim in this place, God forbid they're going to kill me. So you will be rectifying your gevurah, which is the awe and the power to overcome, by way of the midah of Malchut, which is the prayer that you're praying to Hashem, that you will come to become a person that's called yirei chet, a person that fears to sin. 3 contemplations between man and his fellow man. When your friend helps you to do mitzvot, you should try to pray for him, that you have success and help from up above. Right? Also, when you see your friend is trying really hard to do the mitzvahs of Hashem, and it's hard for him to acquire them and to do them, and when you go to pray for him to be successful, then you will be mashlim gvura, you will be rectifying gvura, which is the mitzvot of Hashem, by way of the midah of Malchut, which is prayer and siyata dishmaya and the help from up above. Second contemplation with your society, overcome your yetzer, and also rebuke those around you, to be very careful with the rectification of ma'asot, of giving tithes, on fruits and produce, specifically in the land of Israel. Even more so on guarding the Shemitah, the 7th year. There's a lot of details that go into the idea of Ma'asot. Which fruit have to do with the 6th year and with the 8th year. Right? And they're for sure obligated in a Ma'aser. And which belong to the 7th year. And what is their set measure when it comes, where is their status when it comes to Ma'aser and tithes? Right? And there's also fruit from other countries besides Israel that they don't need Ma'aser b'chal. If the finishing act was done, if the melacha, the act of bringing this fruit was completed in the hands of an Israelite, a Jew meaning, so they do need to be going through Ma'aser, through tithes. With all these different rules, you have to deal with them seriously and with awe of Hashem, which is rooted in Gevurah. To be those who pull their hands away from the doubts and try to get to really the understanding what's going on here with these fruits. All of this because of the sanctity of the time that these fruits were grown in and the commandment of the Melech, of the king. You will be rectifying the midah of Gevurah, which has the values of itgebrut, of overcoming, and of rebuke, and of ira and awe of Hashem, Malchut, which by way of the midah of Malchut, which has the different measures of Ma'asrot, which is tithes on the fruits, Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, and the Shemitah, or the 7th year, or the sabbatical year for farming. And third contemplation, when you have to arouse some kind of rebuke in the world. First things first, you have to pray to Hashem before you rebuke anyone. That you will also have some kind of way to arouse the merit of those that are making mistakes and to judge them favorably. By way of this, you're reaching 3 levels. The first is you're going to save yourself from bringing too much honor to yourself and thinking that you're better. Second one, that you're not bringing a claim, a claim in Shamayim and in heaven against your friend by way of rebuking him. Rather, you're just really trying to help him and bring him to the proper path, the straight path. And the third thing is that you'll merit to siyata dishmaya, which is rooted in Malchut, that your words should go into the hearts of the friend that you're coming to tell off, or to tell him the proper way to do things. You'll be rectifying the midah of Gevurah, which is the rebuke, by way of Malchut, which is praying and judging favorably and help from up above. In the body part, when you give tzedakah to poor people and to the impoverished and people that are in need, and for the need of the synagogue, use your left arm. You will be rectifying the body part of Gevurah, which is the left arm, by way of an act of Malchut. In time, try to give tzedakah and to deal with Torah Sheba'al Peh, the oral Torah, and to honor those who deal with halacha in the afternoon. Second one, try to have extra tefillah in general, because tefillah is all Malchut. And in the time specifically that the Malchut Shamayim, the kingship of Hashem, and the kingship of the house of David is mentioned in specifically, and everything more specifically in the time of Mincha, which is rectified by Yitzchak, which is the vehicle for Gevurah in the world. And when you mention the name Adnut, Aleph Dalet, with the Nun and the letter Yud, you should have extra intention on it, specifically during Mincha. And the Kinyan, the acquisition of the day, is B'mishnah B'tahara, right, with learning and with purity.